Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to add Flodesk subscriber in segment on Razorpay payment. So are you also using Razorpay for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I'm using Razorpay for my skin clinic. So now what I want is that as soon as the new payment is received in my Razorpay account, automatically with the help of the same payment details, a new subscriber should be created in my Flodesk too. And that subscriber should be added in a particular segment, so that I can create targeted marketing campaigns for all of those. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Razorpay and Flodesk. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to add Flodesk subscriber in a segment on Razorpay payment. So as you know that I'm managing a skincare clinic, and managing appointments effectively is crucial to provide top-notch service. So to streamline this process, I want to set up an automation that integrates Razorpay and Flodesk. So what I want is that when a patient books an appointment with a skincare doctor and makes a payment via Razorpay, their information is automatically added as a subscriber in Flodesk. This allows us to send them personalized skincare tips, appointment reminders, and post-appointment care instructions. Additionally, they are also to a segment helping us to customize our marketing efforts based on their needs. So to do all of this, I have simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as this, which is how to add Flodesk subscriber in segment on Razorpay payment. And then we are going to click on create, and as soon as we are going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application to start with our automation. So for the trigger application, I am going to select it as Razorpay because I want that as soon as a new payment is captured in my Razorpay account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Razorpay and then we are going to select it, and now it is asking me for the trigger event. So I'm going to select it as payment captured, and as soon as we are going to select this, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Razorpay account and our Pabbly's workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this webhook URL and then we are going to follow this help text. So it is saying log into your Razorpay account. So I'm going to open my Razorpay account, and as you can see that this is my account, and now to connect this we have to go on the left sidebar and then developers. And as soon as we are going to go on developers, over here you can see API and webhooks. So you have to go on webhooks right from here, and now after opening this you can see all the webhooks that I have previously created. But I'm going to create a new. For that I'm going to click on add new webhook, and now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow, and now it is asking me for the secret. So if you wish you can definitely add this, but this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank. And now it is asking me for the alert email, so I'm going to select it as the same only. It is asking me for the active event, so I'm going to select it as payment captured because over here in the help text it is saying select the payment captured from the active event section. So yes, we have selected the same, and then we are going to click on create webhook, and as soon as we are going to click on this you can see webhook saved successfully. So yes, this means that we have successfully created a connection between our Razorpay account and our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission /record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do this test submission, what we are going to do is I'm going to open my Razorpay account. We are going to go on payment pages. And over here, you can see all the payment pages that I've already created. But for this, I'm going to use appointment for skin doctor. So I'm going to select the same right over here. You can see the page URL. So I'm going to copy this page URL and then we are going to open it in a new tab and do the test submission. And as soon as I'm going to open this, you can see all the details it is asking for. So I'm going to fill in all the details. Email as jami@pabblytunes.com. For the phone number, I'm going to keep it as this only. It is asking me for the preferred date. So I'm going to select the date of the appointment I want. So I'm going to select it as 26th of August, and it is saying consultation time preference. So I'm going to select the time also. Maybe let's take 12. And now it is saying for the first name. So I'm going to select it as Jami, last name as user. It is saying consultation fees. So we are going to select the same only. And then we are going to click on pay 300 rupees right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on this pay, it is asking me for the payment method. So I'm going to select the payment method as card. I'm going to enter the card details right over here. I'm going to enter the card number. Over here, we are going to enter the expiry, and then we are going to enter the card holder's name. It is asking me for the CVV, so I'm going to enter it, and then we are going to click on pay now. And as soon as we are going to click on pay now, you can see that it is asking me for the OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP, and then we are going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, you can see payment successful. So yes, we have successfully did the test submission and we have successfully completed this payment. So this means that Razorpay has sent the details of our payment to our workflow and Pabbly has captured the response. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response or not. So I'm going to open my workflow right from here, and as you can see that yes, response A, yes, Pabbly has captured the response. Over here you can see all the details that we entered. You can see the date which we entered, you can see the phone number, you can see the last name, the first name. Over here you can see the email that we entered. Over here you can see the time and the another details. So yes, we have successfully completed this step and we have successfully received the response. And now after receiving this response, we have to move on to our action step. So now what we want is we are going to create a Flodesk subscriber and add that subscriber into a segment. But before doing it, I want to add a filter condition in my workflow. So to do this, I'm going to search for filter right over here as my action application. So filter is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to add conditions in your workflow. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as filter values. And now after selecting this, we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, it is asking me for the label, the filter type and the value. So yes, we are going to move on towards this, but first I'm going to let you know that why I am adding a filter right over here. So now what I want is that if the payment is made for this page, which is appointment for skincare doctor, then only this workflow should move on further, otherwise not. So over here you can see that in my Razorpay account I offer multiple things. So I don't want to run this automation for all of these payment pages. I only want to run this automation for a particular payment page, which is appointment for skincare doctor. So that's why we are going to add a filter condition right over here. So now for the label, I'm going to select it as amount because I want to add amount right over here. So I'm going to look for it, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. But over here you can see the amount is showing 30,000. But over here in our appointment for skincare doctor, the amount was 300.00. But over here in our workflow, it is showing us 300 and also 2 zeros extra. As you can see that it is showing us 30,000. So you must be wondering why it is happening. So while capturing the response, the decimal value gets eliminated. So that's why it is showing 30,000 right over here. So we are going to select the label as same only, and now it is asking me for the filter type. So we are going to select it as equals to, and now for the value we are going to enter 30,000 over here too. So now I want that if the payment is made of 300, then only this workflow should move on further. As you can see that in my Razorpay account, I have different amounts for different products. So I want that if the payment is made for 300, then only this workflow should move on further, and the 300 payment is made for appointment for skin doctor only. So now after adding this, we are going to click on save and send test request, and as soon as we are going to click on this, you can see status success, message condition is true. So yes, with this we have successfully added a filter right over here, and now we are going to move on towards our main action step, which is adding a Flodesk subscriber. So for that we are going to search for the action application as Flodesk right right over here. So I'm going to search for Flodesk, and as you can see the same, so we are going to select it. And after selecting this, it is asking me for the action event. So I'm going to select it as create or update a subscriber, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to do so, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Flodesk account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Flodesk right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on connect with Flodesk, you can see that it is asking me for the email and the password. So I'm going to enter it and click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we are going to click on sign in, you can see that it is saying Pabbly is requesting permissions to access your Flodesk account. So yes, we are going to click on allow because our data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow. Pabbly is safe and your data is 100% secure with Pabbly. And as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Flodesk account with our Pabbly's workflow. And after connecting this account, it is asking me for the field. So over here in the help text, it is saying choose by which you want to create or update a subscriber. So I want to create or update a subscriber with the email right over here. So I'm going to select the same, and now it is asking me for the field value. So you have to enter the field value we selected previously in the field. So I'm going to enter the email right over here for my client. So for the email, we are going to map it. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Razorpay as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm going to give you an example right over here. That for the field value, we have to enter the email, right? So we are going to enter the email manually, suppose by typing, which is dummy@pabblytudes.com. So let's suppose that I'm going to enter the email right over here by typing. Then this will not change with every new response received because I have entered it manually and this is a static information. But we are going to map it from the previous response. Suppose I'm going to look for email right over here in my previous response, and as you can see, dummy@pabblytudes.com. So let's suppose that we are going to map this from the previous response. Then yes, this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the first name and last name too. So I'm going to enter the same details again. I'm going to look for same details in my previous response, and as you can see, dummy. So we're going to map it. Same, we are going to map the last name too right over here from our previous response. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, user. So we are going to map it. And now we are going to move on forward. It is saying send opt-in confirmation emails to the subscriber. So I'm going to keep it as no. It is saying opt-in ID. I'm not going to give it because this is not the required field. Same goes for opt-in timestamp. And now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the mobile number. So we're going to enter it because we have that. So I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same. So we are going to enter it. And now after entering this, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for the company. So yes, if you wish, you can definitely fill this out, but this is not the required field. So I'm going to leave it as blank and click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on save and send test request, you can see that over here we have successfully created a new subscriber in our Flodesk account. Over here you can see the ID of the subscriber, the status active. Over here you can also see the email, the first name, the last name. So yes, with this we have successfully created a new Flodesk subscriber. So I'm going to open my Flodesk and check that if a new subscriber has been created with the same details or not. So I'm going to open my Flodesk account right from here, and after opening this, we are going to go on audience. And as soon as we are going to go on audience, you can see that yes, we have successfully created a new subscriber, dummy@pabblytudes.com. Over here you can see the name, dummy user. So yes, with this we have successfully created a new contact, but as you can see that this is not added in a segment. Over here you can see that user@pabblytudes.com has been added in a segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So I also want to add this in my segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So to do this, again we are going back to our workflow and we are going to add another action step right over here. And again for the action application, we are going to select it as Flodesk. So I'm going to search for it and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as add existing subscriber to segment, and then we are going to click on connect. And as soon as we are going to click on connect, you can see that it is asking me for the same again. So here recently we connected our Flodesk account, so I'm going to click on select existing connection and then save right over here. And as soon as we are going to do so, it is asking me for the subscriber email. So yes, we are going to map this subscriber email from the previous response, which is the Flodesk response. So I'm going to open this create or update subscriber from Flodesk response, and over here you can see the email. So we are going to map the email from here only. And after mapping this, we are going to move on forward. It is asking me to select the segment. So as I told you that I have to add this subscriber into a segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So I'm going to select the same right over here. You can see the same, so we are going to select it. And after doing this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to do so, yes, you can see that we have successfully added this subscriber into a segment, and this is a positive response. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to open my Flodesk and check that if the subscriber has been added in the particular segment or not. So I'm going to open my Flodesk and we are going to go to segments right from here. And as soon as we are going to go this over here, you can see skincare appointment booking. So I'm going to click on view right over here, and as soon as we are going to click on view, you can see yes, dummy@pabblytudes.com has been added to this segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we are going to do is I'm going to open my Razorpay account again, and we are going to do another test submission for this, which is appointment for skin doctor. So I'm going to open this in a new tab again. I'm going to copy this and paste it right over here to open this in a new tab. And after opening this, we are going to do the test submission with the new details this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the email as testuser55@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, we are going to select it as this. For the preferred date, I'm going to select it as suppose 30th of August. And now for the consultation time preference, I'm going to select it as 14. And now it is saying first name, so I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user only, and then we are going to click on pay 300. So we are going to do another test submission right over here. We are going to select the payment method as card. We are going to enter the card details once again. For the expiry, I'm going to enter the expiry and the card holder's name. Again, we are going to enter the CVV and click on pay now. Again, we are going to get the OTP. So I'm going to enter the OTP again right over here. As you can see the same, and then we are going to click on submit. And as soon as we are going to click on submit, you can see payment successful. So yes, we have successfully completed another test submission with the new details. So now what this means is that Razorpay has sent the details of our submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new Flodesk subscriber and also added that particular subscriber into a segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So I'm going to open my Flodesk account and check for the same, and yes, this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Flodesk account right from here, and as you can see that this is my segment which is skincare appointment bookings. So I'm going to refresh this over here to check for the new subscriber added over here and created. And yes, you can see testuser55@pabblytudes.com has been added in this segment which is skincare appointment bookings. You can also see the name that we entered, which is test user. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. For the trigger application, we selected Razorpay. For the trigger event, we selected payment captured. For the action application, we selected filter and Flodesk, because I wanted that as soon as the new payment is captured in my Razorpay account, which is as soon as the new appointment is booked with the help of the Razorpay account, automatically with the help of the same details, a new subscriber should be created or updated in my Flodesk account, and that subscriber should be added in a particular segment which is skincare appointment booking, so that I can create targeted marketing campaigns for all of them. This automation ensures that patients receive timely and relevant information, enhancing their overall experience in our clinic. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the two subscribers are added in this segment which is skincare appointments booking during this video with the help of our workflow. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and this was it for the video. So if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video, and for your reference I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.